All right, welcome to the newest episode of the New Year Six podcast. Today I'll be doing my first of five Week Zero game previews. So, with that in mind, we're going to kick it off with probably the one with the most eyes on it. Maybe not going to be the most entertaining game of the day, but definitely the one that'll probably be the most watched when it's all said and done. This is going to be Navy Notre Dame over in Ireland. First game of the season. Way to kick it off. Historic rivalry, generally one-sided, and, starting the season off overseas, I can't necessarily complain about that. I think it's kind of cool. So I'm going to do these game previews just for future reference. Just going to go team by team and then point out, some of the things that I'm looking for out of this team this week, keys to their success, if they are going to win, how they're going to win, so on and so forth. And then at the end, again, I'll do some betting lines. I'll do some predictions, stuff like that, and then I'll do a final score. So Navy Notre Dame. I'll start off, and we'll start off with Navy. Keys to the game for Navy. How are they gonna get the upset? Game one of the college football season. Shock Notre Dame. Send them back to Indiana with the L. So how is that going to work for Navy? As far as I'm concerned, Navy needs to stay disciplined. Just make sure that they're not shooting themselves in the foot. Last year, Navy was the least penalized team in all of college football. If that's going to be the case for them again this year, that'll help them win games that they have no business winning. So I look at it from that perspective. Notre Dame is going to capitalize on every opportunity that you give them this year. And if Navy remains disciplined, they remain focused, ready to go, and play the way that they should play, they may have a shot. So if Navy stays disciplined, if Navy stays focused, they're not getting false starts or holding penalties on offense, if they're not committing pass interference, on defense or face mask, if those are out the window like Navy has done in the past, they'll have a chance. They will have a chance, and that's all you can ask for. Other than that, what we've seen Navy struggle with in the past is obviously establishing a passing offense. They run triple option. This makes sense that they don't have a passing offense. So with a new head coach in mind and with a new year ahead of them, maybe design up a few tricks. No one expects Navy to win this game. No one expects them to go in, shock Notre Dame, and claim supremacy in the first game of the year. So why don't you throw the whole kitchen sink at Notre Dame? Why don't you throw some flea flickers at them, some reverse passes, do some stuff that they're not going to see coming. Navy historically not a passing heavy offense, and I'm not expecting that to change. I'm not saying that they need to go West Coast or something like that. They don't need to run RPO, but if they're only going to throw it 3 times a game and it's going to be for 18 yards total, they're not going to beat Notre Dame. It's just what it is. You got to catch them flat-footed. You got to catch Notre Dame sleeping, and you got to pull some stuff out of your hat that Notre Dame doesn't see coming. So I look at that as an opportunity. Obviously, with that run-heavy offense, Notre Dame is probably just going to send 7 every single time, and you catch one of those DBs sleeping, it could be a big day for Navy. And on top of that, the third thing I've got for Navy here is just keeping control of the ball. So Navy was second in all of college football last year in time of possession. When they had the ball on offense, they drove. I think that's a testament to their run-heavy offense, but the way that I look at it is if you keep the ball out of Notre Dame's hands, they cannot score. They can off turnovers, but that's much easier said than done. So I look at that time of possession is going to be Navy's best friend in this case, especially if they get the ball at the start of the game. If they can get a 10-minute drive going and score and put Notre Dame up on the back burner heading into the second quarter, that's a big hill to overcome potentially. Like mentally, oh, we're losing to Navy. Like, we need to do something different. Just don't give them the chance to change. Don't give them that chance to, to beat you that way. And, I think Navy will have a shot if that's what they want to do. Just, run their offense, stay disciplined, keep the ball in their hand, and force 3-and-outs on defense. Much easier said than done. I know I'm just kind of chalking it up to just do XYZ thing, and you'll have no problem beating a top 10 team in Ireland. But keeping that ball in their hands. If they are going to throw it around, 5-yard passes here and there will be enough to keep the ball moving. So staying disciplined, opening up the playbook a little bit more, and then that time of possession being their friend is going to go a long way to helping Navy overcome these obstacles. So now we got Notre Dame. So what does Notre Dame need to do to go into Ireland, comfortably beat Navy, head back to South Bend with bigger and better opponents on the horizon? So from my perspective, what I look at is where Notre Dame. We'll start off somewhere else first. I'll start off with the emergence of Sam Hartman on campus. So comes in from Wake Forest, is going to elevate that passing offense desperately. He is the greatest quarterback in Wake Forest school history. This is an undisputed fact. He's the best quarterback they've ever had. He elevated that program to its current state and beyond, had them ranked, had them competing against teams like Clemson, FSU, NC State, teams that they had no business beating before. He had them either winning or in the same ballpark with. So he's going to come to Notre Dame where the talent is higher, the resources are better. Everything around him is a huge opportunity for him to excel and take that next step as a passer and as a quarterback. Notre Dame last year ranked 98th in passing offense in all of college football. When you have a top-tier starting quarterback like Sam Hartman coming in, that's going to elevate it. That's going to be better this year. You mark my words. So I look at Sam Hartman. I want to see him be the passer he was at Wake Forest with the resources he has at Notre Dame. If he can establish that early and often, Navy's going to be in for a tough day. All right, so on top of that, so we have Sam Hartman establishing himself as the dude for Notre Dame, and showcasing that he's the real deal. What I want to see from Notre Dame, from a positive perspective, is I want to see them continue to excel on third down offense. Notre Dame was 14th in the country last year in third down percentage on offense, and that was with a questionable quarterback situation. Obviously, you have the running game is there if it's a third and short, but you have the quarterback now to get you out of those jams. So if they were 14th last year, it may go up, it may go down. It really is going to depend on what type of situations they're in. If Hartman's just hitting anyone over the middle on first and second down, they may not have many third down opportunities, and it goes down as a result. On the other hand, if they're playing more, slant routes and curl routes, and maybe not getting those first downs on the first or second down there, that short field is going to be their bread and butter like it has been in the past. I see no reason why Notre Dame's not going to go out there and just swallow up opposing defenses with the current offense that they have this year. This is a special Notre Dame team. This is going to be one of the best ones they've had in quite some time. And that third down offense is going to prove that this time around. I don't know how many third downs they're going to get in week 0, but it's something I want to see take from the last season, bring it into this next one, and as they evolve it as a team, know that they can still beat any defense out there. I don't care if it's Navy or Ohio State, that they're going to beat them on third down. So that's what I want to see out of Notre Dame, especially on offense. What I want to see Notre Dame improve in, what I want to see them get better in year over year, and what I want to see them kind of evolve in, starting with this Navy game, is their red zone defense. So last year, Notre Dame ranked 130th in red zone defense. There were only 131 teams at the FBS level last year. So they were second to last. As far as I'm concerned, if you got inside the 20, you're walking away with something if you're playing Notre Dame. Notre Dame needs to make those stops. Notre Dame needs to step up. They need, they need that D line to secure, anything close in those first and second and goals. So they just need to lock it down. I think that's going to be the real test this upcoming week, knowing that, again, Navy doesn't really throw the ball that much. It's going to be a test of the D line. It's going to be a test of the linebackers playing up. So I'm very interested to see how Notre Dame improves in the red zone year over year and how they're going to display that against Navy. Again, Navy is going to be slow. They're going to be methodical. They're going to keep the ball. They're going to stay disciplined, and they're going to do everything they can to limit the opportunities Notre Dame has. Notre Dame will have to counter that by playing aggressively. They're going to have to do things, especially in the red zone. They can't give an inch. Just because last year they were terrible in the red zone. So what I want to see is Notre Dame step up, stop Navy. If you have to limit them to 3, so be it. I think you can live with that. I know that technically counts against them from a red zone defense point of view because they gave up points, but ideally, you prevent them from getting in the red zone, number 1, and then number 2, you limit the damage that happens to your team when Navy gets into the red zone. So that's what I think. That's what I think Notre Dame needs to do in order to beat Navy. So I'm looking forward to the Sam Hartman coming out party. I think he's going to thrive on third down. Better quarterback in a better system than what they've had in the past. And if that red zone defense gets cleaned up, then as far as I'm concerned, Navy is going to have a very tough time winning this game. So now I'm going to make my actual prediction as to what actually happens. So just looking at the betting lines as a result of that, Notre Dame is the favorite. Obviously, they are favored by 20.5 points. So he's the line that I got, and the total is 50.5. So as far as I'm concerned, I got Notre Dame winning. I don't think anyone's picking Navy. No real disrespect to Navy, but Notre Dame is a class above. Navy played Notre Dame close last year, so it's not impossible. But I'm picking Notre Dame. I'm picking Notre Dame to cover the 20.5, and I'm going to hit the over on the 50.5. So the model that I have predicts Notre Dame beats Navy 40-16. So that would be a 24-point win and a 56 total. So if you're going to put a bet, I'm personally leaning on the over on that 50.5. I really like the way that this Notre Dame offense comes together. I think it's going to be dynamic this year. Navy, new head coach, first game, going to take a little bit of time to adjust, but I think Notre Dame is that team, and they start off 2023 with a bang, and they do everything they need to get out of Ireland with a comfortable win over a historic rival. So that's all I've got for today for Navy versus Notre Dame. Leave your thoughts in the comments. Who do you think? What are you looking for? Anything like that. We're closing in on game day, and I'm looking forward to sharing that time with you. But 4 more days of game previews. I'll be releasing those throughout the rest of the week. It's Ohio, San Diego State tomorrow, Hawaii, Vanderbilt on Wednesday, San Jose State, USC on Thursday, and FIU, Louisiana Tech on Friday. So looking forward to sharing my thoughts with you then. And the season's almost here. Looking forward to it.